Thank you very much, everybody. I want to say thank you very much for all coming. You know, it's difficult times with COVID and whatnot, so please be safe, be happy, be healthy. What we want to do today is to show you our gaming sharing platform to you, made by R2 Arcade. Sorry, the platform is R2 Arcade, made by R2 Players. We're excited to present to you the program. So before we start, let me tell us about ourselves. My name is Roger. I'm a full stack developer, and I've been playing games ever since I was little. My brother first brought home an Atari 2600 back in the 80s, so I've been playing for quite a long time. Little did I know that gaming would bring me here and allow me to work with this wonderful developer, Riku. Riku, go ahead.
Hello, nice to meet you all. I am the other R, Riku, and I have been playing games for pretty much since I left my mommy's tummy, and I love zombie games. So if you're into zombie games, hit me up, player R squared. And that is us. That makes us us, and together
We
we
are
are
player R
player R
squared.
squared.
All right. Now I'll let Riku take you
Indeed.
on a little journey in a galaxy far, far away. It's not that far. It's actually our galaxy. Go ahead, Riku.
Yeah. So let's take us all into the journey of how we came to build this game platform. So the story begins early 2020 when we're all having a lovely, lovely time, spending our Fridays and weekends hanging out with friends, going outside for beers and drinks, hugging, high five, and then times are good, right? But then along comes Mr. Corona, right? He comes in out of nowhere, he destroys all our fun, and now we're all stuck at home. All stuck at home with boredom, nothing much to do. We can't go outside and drink like we used to. So then we thought, you know what? Time has to change. And so that's why we got together, two game lovers, and said, you know what? We're gonna make more fun to your home with R2 Arcade. And so with that, I'm going to hand it back to Roger, who will talk about how R2 Arcade will function and the smooth sailing of R2 Arcade. So, Roger, can you please show everybody what R2 Arcade is?
Great. Thanks, Riku. So we created R2 Arcade as a place where you can play games that are unknown, freshly created. And it's also a platform for indie developers and budding new game creators who want to show off their creations. It's a place where both fun and creativity is shared freely to all. So everyone, allow me to show you around R2 Arcade. For you players at home, feel free to follow me at r2arcade.com. It is live and you are able to hit that link. So let me bring up R2 Arcade. Okay, great. So you hit up r2arcade.com. You're presented with our with the splash screen. Right
Nice.
away, you can see that you're able to play games freely. You just click on a game, and it'll start to load. The first time might be a little bit slow as you're caching the information, but then you're just in. So this first game here, as you can see, it's kind of a Flappy Bird clone.
It's mine.
So
I made it.
that's right. Our very own Riku made that. So just go back. We've got Eat and Grow, another game. I created that one. We've got spots for other ones. We just signed up a new developer for our platform. So we'll be introducing some new games in the upcoming days. Wonderful, wonderful developer, also fellow student, Carlos. So thank you so much, Carlos, for using us as your platform. So if you're a developer, you can go ahead and register an account. Players also, you can also do the same thing. If you are a player, you'd be able to keep track of your high scores, play time, your favorites, things like that. Very easy registration. Just give yourself a username, an email, and your password. If you do have a Google account, you can also register quickly with Google. So let me just show you quickly. So I'm just using the login button. We're going to log in as Bob, good old Bob.
Classic.
Yeah, don't tell Bob I know his password. It's terrible, terrible. So it takes you to welcome back if you do have the account, and the dashboard should be popping up, which didn't, but once it does, it shows you that you're logged in the top corner. Log out button, of course, your dashboard. You click on the dashboard, and it shows kind of the files that you've uploaded. So if you have been an active developer and you're submitting your games to us, it'll show over here. Also, to host the games, you just click on the button. There's a big list of things that kind of you can and can't do. We want nice family-friendly games. So you submit your game. You go ahead and choose a game, choose a file, zip file for ease of use. Once it's uploaded, you have a message saying it's uploaded, and then the file should be displayed automatically, which it hasn't yet, but it will.
Because we're reviewing it.
We're reviewing it. That's right. 2 to 3 days. We got to look at the game, make sure there's no viruses, and it's family friendly. Again, so you're able to see the games here. Go and click another one. You can play it. So this one is Eat and Grow. This one I kind of created. Well, I did create it. You just go around, eat the little stars, and you get bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, so I'll let you guys go ahead and play that one. Log out, see you, goodbye. It's also reactive, so you can see the games will change depending on the size of your screen. And as more games pop up, this front page will get busier and busier with more games. So that is R2 Arcade. And let me get you back to our presentation. All right. So with this platform being an open source space for fun and enjoyment, this project is also open source. So feel free to tinker and get ideas for your next project and submit your code to us so we can review it and add it to this project as well. So I'm going to let Riku reveal to you how to beat the final boss. Riku.
Yeah, I'm going to show you guys the secret sauce. So on the front end side, we stacked it up with React. We use React Router, Babel, and Webpack to render everything. On the back end, we use Node.js. We use Firebase to basically do all the database management from users authentication to storage of the game files. And then last but not least, we created all the games with Unity and also rendered the games with WebGL. Super stacked. This is a secret sauce. If you want to make a game platform, this is how you do it. And yes, and I am very excited to announce you guys with the upcoming features today at this right moment, because we are already going on to develop R2 Arcade 2.0. So what's up in the upcoming features? We have 3 brand new features that we're coming up with next. Starting from the left-hand side, we are going to add share links. So these are social buttons where you'll be able to share your favorite games or the game that you developed on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, email, everything, anything. And the second, statistics. Now, this goes out for the developer's dashboard. The developer's dashboard will have an access to all the stats about their games. So, for example, the number of times your game has been played, or the number of times it has been clicked, or the play time, or number of the times that your game has been shared. So all this statistic will be available to you. We want developers to have the most information, and it should be free to everybody, right? And of course, last, we are going to have a gamer's dashboard. This is going to be super interesting because you'll be able to save your favorite games, and you'll also be able to log in the hours of time that you've played. So stats everywhere. But then 2.0 is going to be super exciting. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Roger, who will talk about the challenges that we came.
Thank you, Riku. All great games have some sort of goal or problem to get over. And yeah, we really did face quite a few challenges with this one. So one example would be on our back end. That's our big boss battle. I was trying to automate the start to finish game hosting. So like all challenging games, you just keep going at it until you can finally beat it. But this one, unfortunately, I have not been able to tackle yet. I did want to introduce a one-click upload and post type of a system where the zip file will be unpacked automatically on our back end and structured in such a way that the front end will just be able to pick it up and then automatically output the game icon on the front. So that is also on a plate, possibly for a 3.0 release. And also, we wanted to get a lot of stats in right away. But keeping track of all those state management was a big issue, which we weren't able to introduce into this release as well. So, Riku, did you have any big boss problems?
No, I tackled everything easily. No, I'm joking. Yes, there were a lot of difficulties. Came across one massive difficulty on the front end side, which was rendering the Unity games because they were built on WebGL, and it was our first time working with WebGL. So we had to configure some Webpack here and there, but in the end, we were able to display the games. But that was my big boss battle. Thanks, Roger.
You're welcome. Go ahead. So next, we'll be telling you some of our level up stories. So these are the things that we've learned along the way. So one of them was we learned a lot about Google's Firebase platform, how to wire it all up, how to get the database talking to the front end, kind of pull the snapshots from the database, the Google authentication, how everything worked together. So it was quite a challenge, but we managed to pull through and we're able to use it smoothly in all aspects, both front and back end. And there's also, we learned too, not just about having our initial project idea, but also to look beyond that idea. So we wanted to just have a couple of games displayed and just have a place that we can show you our games that we made. But we expanded on that and we came up with the idea of this complete package, a platform where all developers can come in and share their code, share their games for everyone to access. So with that, I'm going to pass you back over to Riku, who will work us back to home base.
Yes, and now you have come to the end of your quest in our presentation. No, it doesn't end just right there. So before we go, we'd like to say we would love to have your feedback and your contribution if you're developers, because as Roger mentioned earlier, that this is an open source project. So if you're interested, please visit us on Player R2 on GitHub and play all the games on www.r2arcade.com. And so with that, thank you so much for tuning in with us today. We had a lovely time with you all. Stay safe, keep smiling, and we'll catch you in the next. Arigato! Thank you.
Thank you.